Hey, folks, good morning and welcome to another episode of Steelers Morning Rush. I'm Alan Saunders. It's Thursday, March 27th. They have a bit of a lull in the pro day circuit here today. I think the Notre Dame pro day is today, but no big deal pro day where we're expecting the full Steelers brass at today. So I will be home tomorrow, Ole Miss. And then after that, Saturday, heading to the owners' meetings in Palm Beach, Florida. So we've got some, I'm not going to Ole Miss, but the Steelers are. And then on to Florida. Penn State Pro Day is also Friday. So lots of news coming up on that front. So I want to talk about the quarterback position and the Steelers' future. And something that I feel like a conclusion I came to yesterday about maybe why I have some of the opinions I have about what the Steelers need to do at quarterback and why I'm so against the Steelers doing some certain things. And that is, I think if you're the Pittsburgh Steelers and you're looking at the quarterback position and you're trying to figure out what you're going to do at the quarterback position, it is fine to take multiple swings at the quarterback position to try different things. They tried something with Justin Fields, right? They traded for a former first-round draft pick to see if they could make that happen. Didn't work, but they tried, okay? That's fine. You could do that. You could trade for Malik Willis. You could sign Trey Lance. You could do that again. You can use a late-round pick because it's a low percentage, and you're probably not going to just hand that guy an opportunity unless he earns it. So you could draft someone on day 3. Someone like Will Howard, who we saw yesterday, right? I don't think Will Howard is likely to turn into a great starting quarterback. There's a chance. He has decent upside, but I think, you kind of mostly know what you're getting out of Will Howard. You're basically drafting a backup quarterback. Actually, Ed Thompson, my photographer, when we were at Ohio State, said, man, his throwing motion looks like Mason Rudolph. And I think that's actually kind of a good comparison. So good job, Ed. Here's the problem at quarterback for the Steelers. They play in the AFC where the 4 best quarterbacks currently in the NFL are all playing. So it doesn't make sense to draft a quarterback and give that quarterback significant opportunities in terms of playing time and use significant capital to acquire that quarterback if his ceiling is the 5th best quarterback in the conference and the 3rd best quarterback in the division. There's no point in getting a quarterback if he will never be better than Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson. Like look at Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart is signing up to have the 7th or 8th best quarterback in the AFC at best. Will he ever be better than Burrow or Jackson? No. Will he ever be better than Mahomes or Allen? No. Is he even going to be better than Justin Herbert or Tua or Trevor Lawrence? Probably not. Like that's what you're, and the floor is way down from there. That's the ceiling. That's the best it could go. And if that's the best it could be, what's the point in a division and a conference with so much quarterback talent to take another shot? And this is not a dig at Kenny Pickett. This is a shot at the Steelers' strategy here. Kenny Pickett was in the same boat. He was never going to be as good as those guys. And now the Steelers' defense is 2 years older. And I think we rightfully do not have as much hope for it to be an elite defense that can carry a team. I understand we talked about the Eagles model, how you can win without an elite quarterback. And the Steelers should absolutely be following that. Because when you take chances at getting elite quarterbacks, well, okay, look at the last couple names I just listed there. I mean, the Jaguars thought they were getting an elite quarterback when they drafted Trevor Lawrence. The Dolphins thought they were getting an elite quarterback when they drafted Tua. They were trying for that. They just ended up with upper middle class. If you try for elite and you end up with upper middle class, you can live with it. Jalen Hurts is an upper middle class quarterback. But if the player doesn't even have a chance, if the ceiling is not even of those players, I have a hard time saying the Steelers should draft this guy, still should acquire this guy, and give him significant playing time in order to realize that potential and use significant draft capital. That's using a first-round pick on Jackson Dart, letting him start for 2 years. to become the 7th or 8th best quarterback in the AFC. I don't get it. Now, if you stumble into that guy, if you draft Howard in the 4th round and he turns into the 7th or 8th quarterback in the AFC, well, then I think you can maybe try to make that work. That's not a bad outcome. But if you're using big capital, it's got to be someone that can actually get you there, which is why I've advocated for Jalen Milroe. Jalen Milroe is probably not going to be a successful NFL quarterback. He was not a successful college quarterback. He is an elite athlete. He has a great arm, and he's a great guy. He's a bet worth taking, even if it's not likely to pay off. Dart is not that. Quinn Ewers is not that. Because the ceiling is not there. And I think that's the thing the Steelers, because of where they play, because of who's in their conference in their division, have to be cognizant about. And I think it's why they're not going to take a quarterback this year. They're stockpiling draft picks for next year when the draft class is better. And I understand that some people are skeptical about that, but dude, the draft class is better. There are 4 or 5 quarterbacks in next year's draft class that are all every bit as good as Cam Ward, if not way better. And take your big swing then. Find your guy with big upside. Don't play around with someone in this class. In day 3, fine. You're drafting a backup quarterback. If he happens to hit into something bigger than that, playing with house money. But they cannot just be average at quarterback and be competitive in this division, in this conference. They have to be better than that. And so you have to have a player whose ceiling gives them a chance. And that's not Jackson Dart. That's why that's not going to work. That's why I don't think they're going to do it. That's why I think they're focused on 26. And just wanted to share that thought, as I feel like it's something that I've said a lot, that they should not draft Jackson Dart, and I've talked a lot about Jalen Milroe, but I'm not sure I articulated why in that way, and I hope it made some sense for some of you. If you got any questions about the quarterbacks or anything really, leave them here. We love questions. We love topics for shows, and we'll get to more today. Steelers Afternoon Drive, me and Smitty, just about 6 o'clock. Until then, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications on the YouTube channel so you don't miss an episode. Steelers Morning Rush, Steelers Afternoon Drive, all the rest of the stuff we got going on here. And until next time, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and enjoy.